Have you ever wondered why we never got Shadow of Mordor 3? Monolith Productions, the studio behind Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War, has been shut down, and their Wonder Woman game is cancelled. But that's not the end. Amazon is working on a new Lord of the Rings MMO, and Embracer has even bigger plans. The new project could be unlike anything we've seen before. Welcome back everyone, I hope you're having a great day. So Monolith Productions, the studio that brought us the Shadow of games, is no more. Warner Bros has officially shut them down, taking their ambitious Wonder Woman game with them in the process. It's a pretty shocking move, considering Monolith wasn't just any studio, they pioneered the Nemesis system. In my opinion, one of the most innovative mechanics in any game. Now, with their closure, not only is the future of their projects wiped out, but this also signals a major shift in the Lord of the Rings gaming. The team that redefined Middle-earth's video game landscape is gone, and it leaves fans wondering what happens next. So, if you want to know how the Nemesis system actually works, there's plenty of good YouTube videos about it. So I won't go into deeper detail, but this system was one of the most groundbreaking mechanics in modern gaming, yet it never became the industry standard like many expected. Instead of inspiring a wave of rival systems in open world and other RPG games, it was locked behind a Warner Bros. Patent. It prevented other developers from building upon its genius. Now, with Monolith gone, the question remains, what happens to the Nemesis system? Will Warner Bros. Attempt to implement it in another project, or will it fade into obscurity as just another piece of lost gaming potential? With no other studio to champion it, the system that revolutionized enemy AI might be gone for good. Therefore, Amazon is making a bold move into Middle-earth with a new Lord of the Rings MMO, aiming to bring Tolkien's world to life on an unprecedented scale. I've searched online, and while details are pretty scarce, we know it's being developed by the same team behind New World, Amazon's first MMO, which admittedly had a rocky but eventually stable reception. The big question is, can Amazon pull this off, or are we looking at another New World situation? Which means ambitious at launch but plagued with issues. Embracer Group now controls the future of Lord of the Rings gaming, and they're not holding back. Their plan is a massive interconnected universe spanning games, movies and TV shows, essentially turning Middle-earth into their own Star Wars-like franchise. And while this could mean for us some more high-quality Lord of the Rings games, there's also a real risk of oversaturation. With multiple projects already rumored, the big question is, will this new era give us the ultimate Middle-earth game, or will it drown the franchise in rushed cash grabs? And with that, with Monolith gone, the future of a Shadow of Mordor style game is uncertain but not impossible. Some fans point to studios like Ubisoft, which has experience with open world RPGs, or From Software, whose deep combat mechanics and world building could create a gripping Middle-earth experience. But would a new studio embrace the Nemesis system, or would it be left behind? Even more importantly, what do Lord of the Rings fans really want? A massive open-world RPG, a linear story-driven adventure game, or even something entirely new? Now, let's talk a bit about the lore, because the Silmarillion is often considered the holy grail of untapped Lord of the Rings lore. And if Embracer truly plans to explore it, it could be massive. The first and second ages are filled with legendary conflicts, larger-than-life characters and epic battles that even make the War of the Ring from the films look small in comparison. So the scale, the stakes and the sheer potential for storytelling are unmatched. But would Tolkien's estate allow such a deep dive into the Silmarillion? And more importantly, could the game studio do justice to its complex lore? Building on the excitement surrounding the Similarian and the potential for a new Middle-earth game remains a wild card in this equation. Even though Monolith is out of the picture, Warner Bros. Still holds a significant stake in the Lord of the Rings franchise. And that means they're likely going to have a hand in future game projects. Will they license out the franchise to fresh faces with bold ideas? Or will they keep a firm grip on ensuring the games match the established cinematic tone? The direction they take will shape the future of Middle-earth gaming. And looking back at past Lord of the Rings games, it's clear that some struck gold, while others completely missed the mark. Shadow of Mordor and Battle for Middle-earth are examples of games that not only capture the essence of Middle-earth but also innovate in ways that made them memorable. And on the other hand, games like The Third Age and certain movie tie-ins struggle to balance fidelity to the source material, often making them feel rushed or limited by budget constraints. By learning from these successes and failures, future developers could avoid the pitfalls of excessive linearity or lackluster gameplay mechanics. And therefore, the question of what fans truly want from a Lord of the Rings game is more complex than it seems. While Amazon's MMO sounds exciting, many longtime fans are just craving a rich single-player RPG. There was a certain magic in exploring Middle-earth, getting lost in its deep lore and experiencing the personal growth through the eyes of a unique character. The challenge for developers is balancing this deep creative storytelling with the need to appeal to a broader audience. As gaming tends to shift towards live service, multiplayer, how do you satisfy a community that wants both nostalgia and innovation? I think the struggle will be ensuring that the soul of the Middle-earth games is preserved while still meeting the modern gaming expectations. I know this video was a bit all over the place, but to recap, looking ahead, it's hard to say whether Amazon's MMO will become the future of Lord of the Rings gaming, or if it'll fall short like some of the previous projects. There's a lot depending on it, and while it has the potential to bring the world of Middle-earth to life in a way we've never seen before, the lessons from New World might still be fresh in the brains of fans. On the other hand, there's still hope that another studio will rise to the occasion and pick up the torch left by Monolith, giving us a game that captures the magic of the Shadow of games and expands on its Nemesis system. So, what could we expect in the next 3 to 5 years? The future of Lord of the Rings games is definitely a bit uncertain, but one thing's for sure, there's no shortage of potential stories, settings and gameplay styles to explore. We're just going to have to be patient, but if the right studio and vision comes together, we'll definitely see the return of the iconic games. Until next time, if you liked the video, please subscribe.